Hi everyone, today on my channel we're going to make these. Now these are going to be the best Scotch eggs you have ever had. I'm doing them on my smoker, but if you haven't got a smoker or you just don't want to get the barbecue out, just follow the recipe, cook them in your oven and they will be absolutely amazing. Once you've had these, you're never ever going to want to have a Scotch egg from a shop ever again, because they're just like eating a big dried up ball of sawdust. These are going to be absolutely amazing, so I hope you enjoy the recipe. So to make our Scotch eggs, our smoked Scotch eggs, the first thing you're going to want to do is, I've got medium sized eggs and I've boiled these for 6 minutes in just water, nothing exciting, but 6 minutes only if you want the insides to be nice and runny. If you don't want a runny egg, cook them for another couple of minutes, it's entirely up to you. Now, little trick for peeling them, just tap them gently on the side and break the skin up. Now, because they're soft boiled inside, they're going to be quite delicate. Hold them under the water and the water gets under the skin and under this membrane and makes them peel a lot easier most of the time. We're just going to fire through all these eggs quickly. Now you can see even some of my eggs, like this one here, is split across, this one's split across. I think most of them did, to be fair. I'm just going to have to be extra delicate with them when I start rolling them in the pork sausage meat, but they'll be fine. I always tend to do a few extra than what I want as well. That way, if you do struggle peeling them and you destroy them, which does happen, you can just turn them into egg sandwiches, but then you've still got enough for what you need. So now you have the option to take your eggs, whatever flavour you want to go. So I'm going to use plain pork sausage meat, but if you want, you can go and buy flavoured sausages from your local shop. I've done them before with some nice chorizo sausages. Just take the skin off, pull the meat out, and you've got pork sausage meat, and then just carry on as normal. But today I'm just going to use plain sausage meat. I'm going to wrap one in streaky bacon. I'm going to do another one with some Jack Daniel's pork rub. I'm going to do another one with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce over it. So that's 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do one with the Jack Daniel's glaze, and I'm going to crush up some Doritos. You can use different flavoured Doritos if you want, and you can add whatever flavouring you want. If you don't have this seasoning, you can use Cajun seasoning, you could use Chinese 5-spice, you could use garam masala, you could use any seasoning you fancy, or just plain salt and pepper. Because a lot of the flavour today is going to come from the smoke that we're going to use to cook them in the Weber grill. And there is another version I'm going to do, but I'll come to that in a minute when I build them all. So we'll come over and we'll start rolling all of these, and I'll show you how to do that. Right, so the next job is, I've got 500 grams of pork sausage meat here. I'm going to do 5 of these eggs. So I'm just going to, you want to get a bit of pork sausage meat about the same sort of size as the egg. And then I'm just going to make sure that I've got my 5 bits that I need first. I may get more out of this. So now what you do, you've got your pork sausage meat ball, wear gloves if you fancy, just squash it out between your fingers, between your hands even, don't go wafer thin. You can see there it's about 4 mil thick, and then get your egg, and I'll get one of the ones that's damaged and just carefully roll it around and seal up. And I just tend to rub them over like this, and that seals up the edges. Just have to take your time, be careful. If you don't rub it and seal the edge properly, when they cook, that will split all along there, or it's more likely to split, and they won't look as nice when they come off the grill. Worth taking your time at this point. So there you go, you get it to that stage. So I'm just going to fire the rest of these out. Right, and next up what I'm going to do is I've got two little bowls. I've got some homemade garam masala in one. I'm just going to put a teaspoon in there. And I've got my Jack Daniel's rub. I'm going to put a teaspoon in that one. Get rid of that. Now, these three that I've got here, I know that I haven't sealed them very well because the eggs were breaking up so much inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these and wrap them with the bacon. So I'm just going to carefully, so you can see they're coming apart. I'm going to sprinkle over the garam masala on this one. Just give it a gentle little pat in. You sit there for a second. And this one, I'll do the same. Put that in there, give it a roll around. If they're sturdy enough, you can roll them around like this and they'll hold their shape. So that's now covered in the Jack Daniel's seasoning. Then what I'm going to do is get a couple of strips of bacon. And I tend to hold it down flat, just give it a little pull. And get another one, give that a little pull as well, just make it a little bit longer. And if you know you've got a bad seam, put that into the middle, and wrap your bacon around, and as you're wrapping it, pull it slightly so that it goes all the way around. Just like that. So that's our first one done. That can just go onto a plate. Do another one. I'm going to put the seam down. I'm going to try and close up as best I can. That way I know it's got two bits of bacon there holding it together. This has got the garam masala on. I'll wrap this round. You've got to be extra gentle. So that's that one. And then the third one, I'm just going to do with no extra seasoning on. Just going to wrap the bacon round again. Nice and tight. So obviously the bacon will be salty anyway. So that's those three done. Just to show you. Then what we're going to do is with the other three, I've got my bowl of smashed up nachos. You can see that I haven't smashed them up mega fine. They're sort of like broken up cornflakes, they almost look like, and I suppose you could use cornflakes if you wanted to. I never have, but I might give it a go one day. So now what we're going to do is go back to our bowl again, put in a little bit more of our Jack Daniel's seasoning or whatever seasoning you fancy. Give that a roll around in there, not too much, and in there again. Then we're going to put this into here, give it a roll around, and just pick it up and just gently squeeze the nachos into the pork sausage meat. In fact, I should have probably done the nachos first, but as long as you've got some on there, that's fine. So then this time what we'll do is we'll go nachos first. See, they've stuck a lot better this time, like that. And then again, put the garam masala. Just give it a little roll around in your hands and it will pick up all the flavour. Like that. So that's that one. The last one, I'm going to go with the Jack Daniels glaze again. And this one will have the barbecue glaze poured over it as we're smoking it. So that's 6 different types of smoked Scotch eggs. All we're going to do now is pop these in the fridge because I don't need to cook them for another couple of hours. They'll just firm up nicely, and then we have clear up, and then I'll show you how to get your barbecue light, set up your smoker, and we'll get cooking. So what we're going to do now is set up our grill indirect. So I've got old coals left over from my last cook, I've got some new coals there. I'm just going to pop a couple of these firelighters on, get them alight, pop all the new coal on top and get a good fire going. Try not to smother the flames with the charcoal because you need airflow to get everything going nicely. So grill's up to temperature. We're now just going to give it a quick clean and get our Scotch eggs on. Don't forget a little bowl of foil, easiest way to do it. We're going to chuck in a couple of lumps of applewood as if we're cooking pork. Nicely together, put them in there. And we'll put our Scotch eggs on the indirect side. Trying to remember which one's which as well. And we'll just pop them in for 5-10 minutes and then we'll glaze this one, and the rest of them we'll just leave as they are. So I've had 5 minutes, we're just going to go in and glaze the only one that we're going to glaze and see how they're getting on. All looking good. So this one is getting barbecue glaze over it. This is just barbecue sauce and a little bit of lemonade. Just give them a little poke of the little probe. Nowhere near. So put the lid back on, kill the flame. Keep them going for another 5 minutes. Now time for the next 5-minute check. This one another glaze. I'll just give a quick temp check. Got to be careful when checking the temperature that you don't go all the way through the meat into the egg. You only want to cook the meat, otherwise you're going to cook the inside of your egg, and all your hard work earlier of trying to keep it runny will be out the door. So here we go, the end result, and if I've remembered this correctly, we've got bone sucking sauce and bacon on this one, just bacon on this one, bone sucking sauce and barbecue glaze on this one, bone sucking sauce and nachos on this one, garam masala and bacon on this one, and garam masala and nachos on this one. All we've got to do now is cut into them and see if we've managed to cook them properly. They all look and smell absolutely amazing. So let's go through here. Hopefully we've got a nice runny inside, just like that.